Thank you for joining the Know It All podcast. I'm your boy, the big OG homie Tate. Uh, if you like the content we provide on a regular basis, please like and subscribe on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. We all kind of places. So support us, like and subscribe. And today, what we're gonna get into today is my final Steeler mock draft on draft eve before tomorrow night's NFL draft. But before we get into that, let's get into this. Know It All listeners, what's up? Thanks for joining me today. We're going to be quick. We're going to be brief. But, hey, we got to get it in. I'm here to put on for my people, the people in the black and gold. You know who you are, the Pittsburgh Steelers people. We love all the Know It All people, but this one right here is for my Steeler peeps. So let's get it in. So what we're going to do is have the Steeler mock draft, my last Steeler mock draft. No trades, just the straight picks. 17, 32, 49, 80, 120, and whatever them picks way down to 200 or something is. We're going to have those picks. So, and what I think the Steelers are trying to do on this eve of draft night, before we actually know tomorrow what they're going to do, what I think they're trying to do, me and the homie Big G, been saying this for the past couple months. The Steelers are trying to build a bully. And by build a bully, I mean having a team that's physical, that's more physical than you, that can run the ball, that can control the line of scrimmage, that defense can stop the run, all those different components of a bully being a physical team. That's what we're trying to build in Pittsburgh. That's the way we're leaning while Kenny Pickett is still young and still learning NFL. So with pick number 1, and I think this is the only pick that doesn't speak to being a bully, but in today's game, the modern game, it's a passing league. So when you have quarterbacks like Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers coming to the AFC, I think Russell Wilson's going to be backing up again. Jimmy Garoppolo was not a great quarterback, but he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC. Now he's coming to the AFC. You got up-and-comers like Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert. Don't forget about the MVP, Lamar Jackson. This is all in the AFC. So with these sophisticated passing games and these elite receivers that are all over the NFL, every team probably has an elite receiver. Some are better than others, but every team has an elite receiver. So what do you need to combat this? You need a shutdown corner. So with the first pick of my mock draft, pick 17 for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I selected Joey Porter, cornerback, Penn State. Joey Porter is a rangy corner, long arms, 6'2", 195 pounds. He was one of the best corners in the country. Some rate him the best in this draft. Others rate Christian Gonzalez and Devin Witherspoon ahead of him. But he's a shutdown corner, and with the tutelage and mentoring of Pat P, along with Terrell Austin in that defense, I think Porter can really be something special. He has a 9.71 raw athletic score on a scale of 0 to 10, so he's a heck of an athlete. He has a nice back pedal. He can stand cut. He gets a little grabby sometimes, but that's because he's a physical corner. He's good in the tackling game. So, yeah, I think Porter is the pick, and his lineage. You know how the organization, the Steelers, the Rooneys and the Tomlins, how they like to bring family in, like the Haywards, the Watts, the Edmonds at one time. So we're going to bring the son of Joey Porter Sr., Big Peasy. I call him Big Peasy. Going to bring him into Pittsburgh from right over there in State College to be the future shutdown corner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's pick 1 in the first round, pick 17. Now we'll move on to pick 32, first pick of the second round. We got a lot of calls overnight. Phone was ringing off the hook about trying to trade up to this place from a lot of teams. Nobody really gave us what we wanted. And like I said, we building a bully. And the Steelers have acted like they have been off this guy for the past few weeks. And I can understand they probably are a little disappointed in the fact that he didn't work out at his pro day. He didn't get weighed in and all that stuff. But this is a mammoth of a man. 6'8", 375 from the Ohio State University. Right tackle, DeJuan Jones. And DeJuan Jones, I think what DeJuan Jones can do, he may sit this year. It may be Chooks and Dan Moore still. Just look at some of his tape. He's just pancaking jokers at the Senior Bowl. These are pro prospects he was pancaking. But he may sit for this first year, his rookie year. We may not be able to use him right away. It may be Dan Jones and Chooks. But I think eventually, next year, I think he overtakes Chooks for that right tackle position, and we have an elite right tackle on a rookie contract. I think right now Chooks is making like $13 million a year, and that's a bit much for his production. Elite offensive tackles, usually left tackles, get paid more money than that. But I think we can get somebody to be as serviceable, if not more serviceable than Chooks, for a cheaper price on that rookie contract. See what Dan Moore does this year at left tackle. I think the Steelers like Dan Moore, not ready to give up on him yet. And if he doesn't perform better this year or get better this year, then next year we're in the market for a left tackle. But yeah, so I think the answer is Dan Moore at left, DeJuan Jones ultimately, if not sometime this year, 2024 season, taking over for Chooks. And then that's what that pick is for now. We're building up that picket fence. Pick number 3, again, is about building a bully, building a physical team. Some people are high on this pick, on this guy. Some people are not. I'm seeing out there in the Steeler verse. But with pick 49 in the third round for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I select tight end Darnell Washington, University of Georgia. 6'7", 265. Great blocking tight end. I got some tape here from the combine to show him in 3 phases. To show his speed, running the 40. To show his hands, making a fantastic catch. And hitting the blocking sled. He hits the blocking sled better than some offensive linemen do. So I think with this pick, with the 12 personnel the Steelers can run, you got Freiermuth that can flank out. You got Darnell Washington can be in line. You got your big tackle, DeJuan Jones, eventually. You got Somalia, the guard that we got from Philadelphia in free agency. And we got James Daniels, and at the other guard, I mean James Daniels could move to center, and we could be looking at Herbig at guard. Then we would have a big, massive, just line that can bully anybody in the league just about. But yeah, so Darnell Washington is not only extra protection and blocking for Najee Harris and protection for Kenny Pickett, he's also a weapon that can slip out the line, down the seam at 6'7", be a big target for Kenny Pickett in the middle of the field or especially in the red zone. So I think he opens up the offense with pieces like him and Freiermuth and Hayward. Zach Gentry may not get much time. They may keep him on the team. as a third tight end. I think Hayward is going to be playing fullback this year. We haven't re-signed TJ Watt yet. So I like Hayward at fullback, coming out the backfield, kind of like a Kyle Juszczyk did in San Francisco for all these years. So I think that's the move. Again, fullback, Hayward, big tight end, Darnell Washington, receiving tight end that can also block and be an inline tight end, Pat Freiermuth, and these O linemen, building the bully. So we got our cornerback, we got our O lineman, and we got our tight end that's basically a de facto receiver that can also serve as an O lineman in 12 personnel. Now, it's time to build the defense up. Time to build that bully in Pittsburgh Steelers land. So, with pick 80, our third round pick, pick 80 is our third round pick. The Pittsburgh Steelers take edge rusher, defensive end, Zach Harrison from The Ohio State University. Zach Harrison is 6'5", 275 with a raw athletic score on a scale of 0 to 10 of 8.73. So he's a specimen. He's a specimen. He's one of the freakiest athletes in this draft. And I think the Steelers like drafting those freaky athletes with high upside and high potential. He had a couple good years at Ohio State, but we're going off the pedigree right here with this one. He was a 5-star. He was like top 3 high school player coming out of high school, going to college. Had a couple good years with the Ohio State Buckeyes. And he's freakishly athletic. He's has dominating size and a long burly frame and an elite wingspan with rare length and a frame density. So I think he can come in and be kind of like that DeMarvin Leal player. You know, he can play inside, he can play outside. Another chess piece on the D-line. Play him on the edge, play him in the middle. Like I said, a player similar to DeMarvin Leal. I think we got DeMarvin Leal last year, pick 83. This is pick 80. So we're kind of getting a similar kind of guy. I really like this pick. And we're trying to build a bully and beef up that defense, especially that defensive line. So, yeah, I like this one. Let's move on. Next in the draft, pick number 120. The Pittsburgh Steelers need a linebacker, like off-ball linebacker. And we're going to get one of those right here with this pick. We picked up Holcomb from the Commanders. We picked up Leonard from the Dolphins. So we got the 2 linebackers. We still got Mark Robinson. And with this pick right here, I picked the inside linebacker from the University of Texas Longhorns, Hook'em Horns. Shout out to the homie Mod. That's his squad. At 6'4", 230 pounds from the University of Texas, inside linebacker, DeMarvion Overshown. At 6'3", 230 pounds, he could probably stand to put on 10 more pounds. But he's an elite athlete with a raw athletic score of 8.17. You see right there, he can get up the middle and get to the quarterback. The Steelers sometimes love to blitz their inside backers. He fits perfectly with the scheme. And when Leonard and Holcomb are done, if we bring Robinson up to speed with this guy, we have 2 freakishly athletic linebackers in the middle of our defense in another year or 2. So I like this pick. He can defend the pass very well. He's a disruptor from the edge. If you put him on the edge and up the middle, and he can cover linebackers and tight ends. So, and he closes with incredible burst and quickness. He lays wood to all ball carriers. So yeah, that was pick 120, DeMarvin Overshown, linebacker, University of Texas. So our next pick It's one of our 7th round picks. We have 2 7th round picks. And again, we're trying to beef up this defense, create some competition, get some big bodies in there on the line. And with this pick, I went to small school, the MAC Conference, Northwest Ohio, the 419. Shout out to the 419, where I'm from. But we went with defensive tackle or defensive end in a 4-3 perhaps. Carl Brooks from Bowling Green State University. 6'3", 303 pounds. He's just a big body. He's the competition. I don't want to discount him for the competition he played in the MAC. A lot of good players come from the MAC. Ben Roethlisberger came from the MAC, Miami of Ohio. So he had great numbers at Bowling Green. He was an all-Michigan State high school player when he's in high school. And like I said, 6'3", 303, a big body that can also rush the passer and help shut down the run. Cam Hayward's getting a little older. Ogunjobi's like 28, 29. So we need to beef up this D-line with some young players. So I like this pick. Carl Brooks, University of Bowling Green. And with our final pick in the draft eve Steelers mock draft, the Tate's Take mock draft, we beefing up this line. Can never have enough. And Andy Wild, that's the way Omar Khan's assistant general manager, that's the way they did things in Philly. That's the way they do things everywhere he's been. The D-line and the O-line. So a lot of picks, we just bulking up and getting some bullies on the squad. So with the final pick our final pick in the 7th round, we take Snacks. Keandre Coburn, defensive tackle, University of Texas, 6'1", 336 pounds. He puts you in mind of a former Texas Longhorn that was also a former Pittsburgh Steeler. That'd be a guy named Casey Hampton. Big Snacks. This little Snacks. That was big. The Snacks Jr. We'd call Coburn Snacks Jr. But yeah, he's a stout but athletic nose tackle with nimble feet. Can sit down and muddy the run up. Make it hard coming up through there. While he's not a 3-down lineman, it's a 7th round pick. If he makes a team, that's great. He's not a 3-down lineman, but he's 1st or 2nd down and can stop the run. And he does have an ability to rush the passer that can improve with training and technique and practice. So I think we need somebody, just a big body in the middle to put in there, and these young guys on a young defensive line. I really like this pick also. He played in the Big 12, so he had to play against some good running backs, some good offenses. Coburn is the pick in our final 7th round pick from the University of Texas, defensive tackle. But so, yeah, let us know in the comments what you think about these picks, about this draft. Here's a final look at the players we picked. I'll go over them real quick. 1st round, pick 17, Joey Porter, cornerback, Penn State. 2nd round, offensive tackle from The Ohio State University, DeJuan Jones. 3rd pick from the University of Georgia, 2-time defending national champion, tight end, 6'7", 265, Darnell Washington. With pick 80, we get some help on the edge. We get an athlete out there, like I said, similar to DeMarvin Leal. We take from The Ohio State University again, Zach Harrison, edge rusher, 6'5", 275. And with the next pick, we take that inside linebacker that we need just to have on the roster. And he can be a great special teamer right now, right away. DeMarvion Overshown from UT, the University of Texas. Hook 'em Horns, Agent Zero on your Texas Longhorns roster. And with pick 241 in the 7th round, we take defensive tackle from the University of Bowling Green State University, Carl Brooks. Another guy just to add depth to the defensive line, help get after the quarterback and shut down the run. Great numbers in the MAC conference. I think he'll be a good professional. And with the final pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers, pick 251, not too far away from Mr. Irrelevant. But we're going to make this guy relevant. Big Snacks Jr. That is Keandre Coburn, 6'1", 336 defensive tackle, also from University of Texas, Longhorns, Hook'em Horns. So, that's what I think the Steelers need to do to build this thing up, to create the identity that we want to create, the identity that served us best in some of our best years. In those years with Bussy, with Jerome Bettis, it's kind of team we was. Defensive team first, could run the ball. Big Ben, the young Big Ben, could make plays when need be. And we got to a Super Bowl. I really think, I was looking at the Vegas odds today. We're tied for 22nd in odds to win the Super Bowl. Like the Browns are ahead of us. The Bengals, I don't remember if the Ravens were. But yeah, so I'm looking for big things from this Pittsburgh Steelers team this year. I watched the Pivot podcast yesterday with Kenny Pickett, Ryan Clark, Fred Taylor, Channing Crowder and the boys yesterday on the podcast. So yeah, Kenny Pickett looks and sounds like he's ready. This time last year, I was like, and when the Steelers were on the clock, I was like, don't pick Pickett, don't pick Pickett. And how wrong was I? This guy is a Steeler through and through. To think this time last year, I wanted Malik Willis. Malik Willis might not even make his second year in Tennessee. He might get traded out of there for a 4th or 5th round pick this year, if somebody even takes him. But yeah, so Kenny Pickett's that guy. The Steelers are trending up with all their free agency signings, and this draft is going to be the cherry on top. It's going to take us over the top. It's going to make us compete with the Cincinnati Bengals for the number 1 spot in the division. And we're going to bring it this year in 2023. So that's all for now. Thank you guys for joining us on the Know It All podcast. Again, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok. We're everywhere. Check us out, me, Ma, and Big G, every Sunday at 6 p.m. on the Know It All show. We'll be on the Max and Juan podcast. It's a West Coast podcast tonight, later tonight, for a mock draft with those guys out west on the West Coast. And check out me and Big G and Pay and B Dirt on Friday nights on the Steel Curtain Network, on the Fans First Sports Network, on the Homie podcast. So that's coming up, not this Friday. I take that back because of the draft. We'll be wrapping the draft up. The homies will Sunday right before the Know It All show. So check us out. Thanks for joining us. And once again, the Know It All that knows the most and the OG big homies from the homies, it's your boy Tate. Thanks for joining. Peace.